What's up, people? Today I'm going to show you how to replace a crankshaft position sensor on a 2008 Jeep Patriot with a 2.4 liter. Now, I've seen some videos of where they go from up top here and they pull out the air filter box, house box, and pull off a whole bunch of shit up here. I don't do that. I'm going to show you an easier way on how to do this. And again, this is on the 2008 Jeep Patriot 2.4 liter. Look at my girlfriend's truck. Very nice. Okay, so the first thing what you're going to want to do is pull the skid plate off. You're going to pull the skid plate off right here. It is push pins that are in the wheel well. In here in the wheel well. And then underneath of it is 10mm bolts. Okay, you'll see that. I'm not going to walk you through it. Y'all ain't babies. Once you have removed that, okay, you are, well, one thing you're going to want to need is a flashlight if you're doing it on the ground underneath, like where I am. Okay, so underneath here. Let's go underneath. Okay. What you're going to want to do is once you have the skid plate off, you're going to go underneath. And right here is the exhaust manifold, as you can see. Now the sensor is right under that. Here is the wire that goes right underneath of it. You can see it. This heat shield right here is what you have to get out of the way in order to get to it. Okay, so what we have is CV axle right here. Okay, as you can see that. Okay, exhaust manifold right here. So really, once you see this heat shield, down at the bottom it's a 13mm bolt. On the middle is a 10mm bolt. Pull them two bolts off. Okay, you're not even going to deal with the third bolt off the top, because once you pull those two bolts off, look at this. You can literally move it out of the way, up on top of, there it is, moved it out, way out of the way. Hope I ain't bend it too much. On top of the exhaust manifold. Okay, now once you've done that, and again, 13 and 10mm bolt to get that off. Okay, once you've done that, here is the sensor. Alright, there is the crankshaft position sensor. Okay, sticking right out of the bottom of the block there. There's the wire. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is, excuse me if you can't see here, is unplug the sensor like I did. There's the wire harness. There's the butt of the plug sitting right there. There's the ass end of that plug right there. Okay, now as you can see on top of it, there's a 10mm bolt right there. What you're going to want to do, take that 10mm bolt out. Now you might have to jiggle that sensor out, but jiggle it and try to yank it at the same time. Just be very careful with it. You don't want to break it. Well, I guess you can break it, but you don't want to break it so much that you can't get it off. So just jiggle it a little bit, pull it off. Okay, now I already did replace this. This is the new one. I just wanted to make a video to show you guys what to do, because I had a lot of questions on the sensor location, and I had to kind of pull up diagrams and try to find it my damn self, which was kind of hard. But once I got the skid plate off, it was pretty easy. So once you get the sensor out, again, I said a 10mm bolt, jiggle and pull on that sensor. Once you get the sensor out, it is going to look like this. Okay, sensor is going to look like this. There is a red O-ring on there that you want to lube up with some oil before you stick the new one back in. This is the old one. I just, like, again, I just wanted to show you guys a video on how to do it. This is the old one. I've already done it. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Lube up that gasket on the new one. And then you're going to stick it back in there. Okay, once you stick it back in there, now you're going to put that, you might want to have to jiggle it. Make sure the O-ring is lubed up before you stick the new one in there. Jiggle it, make sure it's in there right. Now, you want to be careful on tightening these things. I can tell you from experience that you could crack that base plate, the plastic of the base. You do not want to do that, because then you have to go out and buy yourself a new fucking sensor. Do not do that. Once that screw stops, you stop. Be very, very careful with these sensors. And that is pretty much it. And then you're gonna plug it back in. Okay, let me plug it back in right here. Alrighty, check it out. There's the new sensor with it plugged in. Then you're gonna pull your heat shield back down. Alright, just like that. Remember, it's right underneath the exhaust manifold, right underneath this heat shield. Pull off the skid plate, you can see it all. So go up from underneath, don't go from the top. It's going to be a lot harder, in my personal opinion, if you try to go from the top. So do it this way. And like I said on this skid plate, it is a 13mm bolt right here and a 10mm bolt right here. Screw it back on, put the skid plate on, and you are good to go. My next video is going to be on the camshaft sensor, so hold tight for that, and thanks for watching, guys.